Welcome to the 60 Plus podcast.
I'm Janet.
Are you sure? You had to think about
I
that,
thought you
Janet.
were going to say I'm Joe first. I forgot how we do it.
I'm Joe.
Huh?
That's Janet. In case she forgets.
Wow.
Things that make you go,
Uh,
How are you today, Janet?
well, I guess I'm okay. I'm not sure now.
Really? I'm not sure either.
All right. I think I'm fine. I think I'm going to be okay.
You think you're going to be fine?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to hear. Good to
Yeah.
hear.
Whew.
It's
been a long week.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it's been a long, strange trip.
So just the week or like the past 60 plus years?
Yeah, that
Or
too.
both, yeah. What are we talking about today, Janet?
Well, today we have a new type of episode. You're supposed to ask me what it is.
I didn't get the script. What's that, Janet?
Well, so because last week we had to do something kind of serious, right? We were talking about Medicare. I thought this week we could do something kind of funny and do this new segment. And it's about things at 60 plus that make you go, huh?
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 Like what?
Like what? You want me to give you an example?
Oh, yeah. Isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Well, okay, I'll give you a quick one, right? Because some of my other examples are like really kind of lengthy, they're stories. But so, and this probably happens to a lot of people, but the other day I climbed up the stairs, went into my room.
Did you fall?
No.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure.
Okay. And I went into my room and, I just literally climbed up the stairs to go get something in my room.
Were you out of breath?
Stop. Let me tell the example. We're going to lose our thread here, Joe. So, and I get into my room and I'm like, why did I come up here? And I'm like, huh?
That's been happening to me for a long time.
Yeah, doesn't it make you go, huh?
Huh? Makes me go, "Ugh." You know what I have to do when that happens? I
What?
go back to where I was when I realized what I had to do.
Well, I was like stressing myself out. I was going, come on, Janet. Like, what did you come up here for? Snap out of it. What is it that you were doing? And what were you thinking about? And it took me a while, but I finally figured it out.
What was it?
I don't remember.
I knew you were going to say that. Well, along those lines, and this isn't one of my items, my bullets that I have in front of me in green ink. Sometimes I have a harder time coming up with a word
Oh, I know.
or a name. I was trying to think of Bill Gates' name the other day, and it's like,
It wasn't there.
wasn't there. I had to say, oh, the guy that
And
invented
the guy who
founded
that
Microsoft.
invented that company, the company that, did the whatever, that
The thing
Yeah.
on the computer.
Yeah. And I always say it takes a village.
Well, not to remember Bill Gates' name.
Well, don't beat yourself up, Joe, honestly.
I know.
It's just that we have so much going on sometimes, and I think that's why we
My
don't
brain's
remember
full.
these
It's
things.
got 60
It's
plus
so-
years of information in
Exactly.
there.
Our
and it's
mental
full.
files are in capacity.
So you thought of what it was that you went upstairs for. How did you remember?
I don't remember. I think we need to move on.
Oh,
But that was just an example of things that make you go, huh?
Well, I'm going to tie back to last week's episode
All right.
and say things that make you go, huh? I have to start thinking about Medicare.
I know. I actually, do you know that after that episode, I was like, I don't want to be 65. I mean, I want to get older, but I don't want to be 65.
Well, it's complicated stuff.
It is.
But it's like, really? I don't feel like I'm that close to
Yeah,
65.
you're really close. Tick
Oh.
tock, tick tock.
Thanks. But no, it kind of freaked me out a bit when I realized I've got to start thinking about this.
Yeah, and you're like, huh?
Huh? Huh? Who
See?
was the character that did, huh?
Oh, Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It was the
Scooby-Doo.
It was the lighthouse keeper. It was always the lighthouse keeper or
Right.
the butler or something.
Or what's it, the Mr. What's his name? Who would take his mask off? Oh, I don't know.
We're not going to remember his
What's
name.
his name? The guy.
The
He
guy
was
with the mask.
No, he was the groundskeeper.
Founded
He was
Microsoft.
the groundskeeper, I think.
Oh, or the grave digger or the cemetery
Yeah,
keeper or
something.
something
I
like
don't
that.
know. Anyway,
Uh,
we digress.
all right. So, yeah, thinking about Medicare just kind of freaked me out. I thought Art was very good.
He was very good, and he was very knowledgeable,
And
and
for
he could have
listeners,
gone on for
oh, yes, he could have. No,
nonstop.
no, and that's not a dig against him. There's
No,
just a lot of material to
it was a
cover.
lot of material to cover.
So people who are listening to this episode who haven't listened to last week's episode about
They might want
Medicare,
to go back, right?
they should.
But this one's we're going to keep it really light.
Okay.
Okay, that's the idea here.
All
Okay.
right. So what do you got?
Oh, now it's my turn
It's your
now?
turn.
Okay, so the other day I was walking down the street in the city, right? And there's this woman, millennial woman, you know how I love millennials.
Anna's
And
favorite. There's only two millennials that she likes, and neither of them are my kids. So
no, I love your kids. They're great. No, it's more an observation, right? Because I understand like there's like anxiety levels. So I'm watching this woman. She's walking down the city street. She's got a huge baby carriage. She's got a toddler hanging onto the baby carriage. She's got a dog on a leash. She has another like baby strapped around her chest. I don't know if the baby was out of the carriage or something. She had the Bluetooth earphones, whatever you call them, earbuds, on the phone talking. And I just went, huh?
what about all that? Did it make you harken back to when you were doing something similar?
Oh, but that's the whole point. Like, I don't think I would have been doing all of that at once, Like, I think I would have, like,
Well,
maybe
there were no.
segmented it out.
Um,
I don't know, but it just struck me like, okay, I can see why the anxiety levels are high. Just juggling all of that at once.
she didn't need to be juggling all that at once. She
Maybe
chose
she did
to.
or she didn't. Maybe she did. I don't know. Maybe
I think she was a
form.
nanny/dog walker.
No, I really don't. But anyway, it just made me go, huh?
Okay.
Okay. Your turn.
All right, my turn. Well, I had something similar about seeing people with little kids,
Yeah.
and I always want to talk to them and say, "Don't blink your eyes because it's going to go by like that
Right. So fast.
so fast." Because I sent a Facebook memory to one of my daughters the other day, and I realized that it was 8 years ago, and she was an adult then.
Right.
But I was, how could that have been 8 years ago? And then I think back to when the kids were little. It seems like yesterday.
Right.
It really, it seems like yesterday to me. It doesn't seem like 25 years ago or
Right.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Not even close.
And it made you go, huh?
Huh? It made me do my Scooby Doo imitation.
Okay. All right.
Do you ever feel that way though? Do you ever talk to people with little kids and say,
Well, you know what happens to me in terms of time? And, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, one of the benefits of being 60 plus is that maybe there doesn't have to be a timeline so much. Like, you don't have all the pressures that you might have had in the past. But it also occurs to me that time has gone sort of weird. Like, I think something might have happened a year ago, and then I look and it's like 2019, or, it's like, oh, it was 6 years ago.
I think there's a combination of reasons for that. I think I've had a theory for years that seems to go faster the older you get because of
Right.
the same period of time is a smaller percentage of your life.
Yeah.
I know this.
We
I
did
told
a
you
whole episode
I
about
told you
this,
there was
remember?
no math.
Yeah.
So I won't make. But the other thing is pandemic. Pandemic time really messed up like the timeline.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So it's a combination of those two things that I think
Right. And
are at play.
yeah.
And I'm kind of giving you an out here, Janice.
Thanks. But no, time is weird. Even like things that make you go, huh? Like, what day of the week is it? You wake up and you're like, what day is it? And if you're retired,
You might
I
want to
think
get
it-
that looked at, Janice.
you think? Oh no.
I think that's one of the tests they do. Like,
Oh, come on. No. But honestly, I've had people who are retired tell me this too.
well,
It's like,
retired is different.
yeah, because it's like every
Every
day
day's
is
the
kind
same.
of same.
Mhm.
It's like what doesn't really matter what day it is. I guess it matters more because of what other people are doing in your life. But yeah. So, huh?
Huh? All right. This is one, and I think I've mentioned this on the show before, and I feel badly about it because I
Aw.
used to make I used to make fun of my dad
Yeah.
trying to read a menu in a restaurant.
Oh, please.
So
Why are they making them so small? And the lighting is low.
Well, we many years ago, I gave my dad a hat, and it had a little light in the. It was like a ball cap style hat.
Oh,
It had
wow.
a light in the brim of the hat.
That's a great
He
idea. I
thought it
think
was
maybe
the
I'll start wearing that for dinner.
best. He thought it was the best thing ever. It had a little button underneath the
Yeah.
visor, and he would wear it in a restaurant. And like go to a nice restaurant, and he'd have this hat on, and he'd shine.
It's funny. I have a beanie like
Do
that
you?
for walking the dog at night. Yeah.
You should wear it in the
It has a
restaurant.
light. I'm going to do that now.
All right. Do you know what I actually considered doing yesterday?
Uh-oh. I have used the light on my
I
phone,
know.
but what
I
did
know
you
you
try
have.
and do
I
yesterday? What?
I considered buying a magnifying glass.
Oh gosh, we've now entered an entirely new
I was
phase,
trying to. I was
everyone.
trying to read something on some plug or some piece of electronic gear. Print was so
Even the
tiny.
glasses didn't
So
help.
no, the glasses didn't help. The progressive lenses didn't help. I have discovered.
Well, when was the last time you tried to read a dosage on an aspirin bottle or any kind of pharmaceutical? Like, who is that targeted to? Pharmaceuticals,
uh,
generally speaking.
I've discovered a hack though. If you can't read something, pretend you're going to take a picture of it with your
Yeah.
phone and then zoom in.
Right.
It makes the print that much bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good hack.
That assumes they have a newer phone that actually does that well.
Well, Janet has a
Instead of
rotary
mine's
dial
ancient.
cell phone.
I know. Can you believe they still make those?
All right, your
That would
turn.
actually be kind of cool.
It would
It'd be
be.
like a retro cell phone. I think somebody should come up with that.
Okay.
Okay, my turn. So the other day I was out with a friend of mine. We went to this. I went because a friend of mine's daughter was making jewelry at this like craft expo thing. And it was, I mean, the jewelry was beautiful. But so I go with a friend of mine. We park the car. My friend gets out.
I know where this is going.
My friend gets out, and all of a sudden, the car next to us starts. Wah, wah, wah. The security alarm was going off, wah, wah. And my friend's like, I didn't touch that. I did not touch that car. I didn't touch. I'm like, well, maybe it's like the heat of your body or something, or whatever it was. It
Really,
wasn't
you thought it was the heat of her body?
Well, I was making a joke, I guess, but it wasn't like it was a new car. It wasn't like highly sensitive or whatever, to heat. But yeah, so
So
we're
newer
like,
cars
why
are-
is that? So we're like looking at it like, why is that going off? And next thing you know, this woman comes running from the other side of the parking lot. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I had to do that. I couldn't find my car.
Okay.
And I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Was she obviously 60 plus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
And that has happened to me. That has happened to me.
It's never happened to you before you were 60?
I
actually-
maybe not.
I actually had a car one time. I went out into a parking lot. I unlocked my car, what I thought was my car. I got in, I sat down, and I looked, and something just wasn't right. I was like, I don't remember that thing on the seat next to me, and why is this here? And I turned, and there was a woman banging on the windows of the car, of the driver's window, saying, "Get out of my car! Get out of my car!" She had the exact same car,
Yeah.
and what I learned was they only make so many keys for cars.
Huh.
They're not all unique.
Actually could
I
open
ha-
it with
we,
your
we got
key?
out.
Wait, what year was this?
Oh gosh, it was the 80s,
Oh, okay.
early
Okay.
80s, and we locked the car. I unlocked it with my. I showed her. I unlocked it with my key. I wasn't trying to steal her car. She went over to my car, which was one row over. She unlocked my car with her key. It was very weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
I've done the press the button to see where your
Yeah.
car is.
Yeah.
You know where it happens?
In
The
garages?
supermarket that I always go to.
Oh, because you're like there every day.
There all the time, and it's
You
like
don't have a particular spot that you park in.
No.
See, that's a trick. You got to stay in like a row. Find a
Okay.
row that you're comfortable with, or a corner of the lot.
I actually know somebody here that he says I always park in the second row. Always in the
Mhm.
second row.
Then he can find his car.
hmm
See, these are the little tricks we have to learn. The tricks of the trade. Where you go, huh?
I left the kayak rack on the top of my car. I have an SUV, and I left the kayak rack on the top of it over the winter because
So you
it's
could find your
easily
car.
identifiable.
Oh wow, that seems a little more complicated than parking in the same place all the
A
time.
little bit.
A little more.
Is it my turn?
Sure.
Looking in the mirror in the morning.
Hmm.
Every morning makes me go, "Hmm?
What?
Who is that in the mirror?
What
Who,
happened?
who is that person in the mirror? I don't know who it is."
Well, I already told you what my trick is for this.
Step further,
Yeah.
an inch further away every year you get older, or a
Yes.
foot further away. I
No,
don't remember.
an inch.
An inch.
But now you're like 60. Well, I won't say how many for you, but
60 plus. I'm 60 plus.
60 plus inches away from the mirror. That should be a good amount of
That's 5 feet.
space. Yeah. So things should be looking really good.
Well, then I need the magnifying glass.
Oh, do you know, speaking of which, my friend, I guess it was kind of a joke, but I did end up using it, gave me not just a magnifying glass, but a magnifying glass with a light.
Ooh.
Yeah. So now you can really read those menus.
So, do you know what makes you go, hmm? When you get excited over a magnifying glass with a light on it.
Or how about when I got excited because I got the large print book at the
Yeah,
library?
you were very excited about that.
I was like, it's here. Oh, the simple things in life.
Simple things in life.
Yes.
So, yeah, who is that guy in the mirror? I don't know who he is.
No, it is a little.
It's like when I look
It's
down at
just
my hand, if my
concerning.
hand is on a table and I look down at my hand, yeah, Janet's looking at her hand right now. And I go, "Oh, who's that old person's hand?"
Right. But I always like to look for the silver lining in these things.
Okay, what's the silver lining here?
They're going to be able to get blood very easily.
And more of a need to do that.
Right. And hopefully the veins aren't too tough. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
we got to think of something fun and positive here.
okay, go ahead.
Uh-oh. My next one. Okay, so the other day, I've been trying to learn how to enjoy craft beers and beer in general because people in my life like beer, and I want to try and explore and be open-minded to drinking beer. So I was at this bar the other day with a friend of mine who's also 60 plus, and it was like one of these craft bars and craft breweries in the city. So okay, yes, millennials everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
We're probably like the only two people who are 60 plus in the whole place. And so we're like at the bar, and there's a series of bartenders. They're equally spaced out.
And they're all 12 years old, right?
Well, they were all millennials too, and they all had beards and tattoos, which is very millennial.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not saying there's any problem with it. Trust me, I'm not judging. But
Just a little bit.
no, not at all. And so I'm standing there with my friend, like right in front of this one bartender, looking at the menu, and we're waiting to
With
order.
your flashlight magnifying glass.
No, it was during the day.
Asking them to turn the music down. It's really loud in here.
No, not. It was outside actually.
Oh.
And we're standing there like waiting, like we're next. And then these millennials come around us, and he starts serving them. And I'm like, did I put my invisible cloak on?
There was an article in the Wall Street Journal today somebody sent me about feeling invisible when you get older.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my, I went, huh?
Hmm?
Oh my gosh, it's happening. It's happening. I was mad and sad all at the same time.
Mad and sad and thirsty.
And very thirsty. We eventually did get a beer, and it was actually really, really good. I
good. You
enjoyed it.
enjoyed
It was a porter.
Oh, see, I like it.
It was called Coffee Cake.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. It was made by, I can't remember the brand, but it's called Coffee Cake.
Yeah, I do like a good
So
porter. We're coming out of porter season now, though.
Yeah. Oh, are we? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
So
then I have to turn to sours.
you can turn to sours or you can turn to light beers. A shandy is very nice in the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay. Maybe I'll try.
Nice
I'll
cold-
try.
nice cold
Like
shandy.
I said, I'm trying to be open-minded.
Mhm.
The other day I had a fiddlehead Hodad, which is coconut.
Really?
It was another porter, coconut
Coconut
and
porter.
chocolate, and it was really
There's
good.
probably no chocolate in it. Porters have a
Probably not,
chocolate taste, but
but it was,
it's kind of like wine. I was watching a sommelier on YouTube recently, and he's talking about, well, this has hints of pencil shavings and asphalt.
pencil shavings and
He said it a
asphalt.
number of times. Pencil shavings.
No.
Yeah, I swear.
Why would anybody want to drink
Pencil
wine?
shavings and
Tastes like-
asphalt.
That's ridiculous. That was a joke.
No, it was not. He was a real
Come
sommelier.
on. No. All right. Well, I'm not going to be drinking any of the wines that he recommends. I can tell you that.
All right, it's my turn.
Yep.
This one's a little embarrassing,
Oh, that's okay, Joe.
and I've talked to some friends about this, and
Oh, is this getting personal? I don't know.
No,
Like, how embarrassing. I don't know. Should I leave the room?
I'm a little more gassy than I used to be.
Oh my goodness. Oh, where are we going? We have completely hit rock bottom now. Get it? Rock bottom?
Yeah. I don't know when it started.
Well, it could
just-
be the foods that you're eating.
Okay, let's say that.
Maybe you're eating different foods now, because you have to take your teeth out.
No, I don't have to take my teeth out.
Okay, good. We're not there yet.
But it just seems to be something that happens.
Okay, well, I really don't think we have to spend too much time on this. I'm not sure how much detail I want to know,
Okay.
but you might want to reconsider your diet. Maybe we're going to have to do a segment on things that make you gassy.
There's something that you can take.
Beano.
Beano is in my medicine chest now.
Oh, wow.
It never
Okay.
used to be.
This is very revealing, Joe.
Mhm.
This definitely exceeds the Excel spreadsheets now of things that I have in my bank to pull out when needed.
Careful.
All right, okay. All right.
Careful. All right, your turn.
I don't know if I have any more.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
All right. Well,
I'll have to think some more, but go ahead.
okay.
But no, the gassy thing, getting back to that a little bit, no, there are some practical measures that you can take for that. And, like seltzer water, stay away from that. That's,
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's carbonation, it's going
Is that
to
what
run
causes it?
right through your system.
Okay.
You drink a lot of carbonated,
Not necessarily.
like Pellegrino or anything like
Oh, I
that?
do. If I go out for lunch, I'll have a
Mhm.
seltzer with
Mhm.
a wedge of something in it.
Do you eat a lot of legumes?
Yes, I do.
Ah, that's the combination
I'm
right
told
there.
they're good for you.
Well, they are good for you. I'm not so sure they're good
But it's
for
I notice no
your
correlation.
problem.
I notice no correlation or causation there.
Really? Huh?
Well,
Huh?
he said we didn't have to spend much time on this.
No, we
All right.
don't. We don't.
I may have mentioned this because it's something I have talked about before. The age of policemen and teachers. They're babies. They're
Yeah.
babies. And as a matter of fact, where I live, there's a new police officer who is someone that I've known since she was in kindergarten.
Wow.
She was in one of my daughter's kindergarten classes and went kindergarten through 12th grade with her.
And did she pull you over?
No, no.
Well, that would have been good.
Oh, the other one is my other daughter. I was standing in line at the liquor store,
Hmm.
and so I hear someone call my name from behind me. And it's one of my daughter's friends. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. Are you old enough, young lady?
Yeah. Seeing the kids grow up is
Huh?
that makes me go, hmm?
Huh? How did that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Well, and also on the other end, like I have a friend who just turned 70.
Oh, okay.
And
I hope to turn 70 one day.
well, we all do. And but it was just like, wow. Wait, how long have I known you? Wait, you just turned 70? So that makes me how old? It's like you're going through the whole thought process of it's not that really that far away. Well, closer for you.
Yes, it is, Janet. Yes, it is. There's
So
nothing I can do about that.
no, it's all good. And
It
it
is all
really
good.
is all good. So, things that make you go, huh? That's okay. They're all okay.
We're all
right?
okay.
and take a moment just to reflect. And again, whatever we go through, the good news is that we still get to enjoy another day.
That's true. I think we've covered this topic. If you're a Spotify listener, you have
Is
a
it a
chance.
topic, really?
Topics.
It's probably going to make everybody go, huh?
Huh?
What do they just do? What is this episode?
And what is that Beano stuff? If you're a Spotify listener, if you're listening to the 60 Plus podcast on Spotify, there's an opportunity to make a comment and put a comment in there telling us something that makes you go, huh? And we'll take a look at that
Yeah, we'll add it.
because I'm sure there are many, many other things.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh
All
my
right.
goodness, yes.
All right. So that's it for the 60 Plus podcast this week. Like it, share it, send it to your friends. And until next week, I'm Joe.
I'm Janet. Bye.